Good morning and welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. We are live on CTV and Talk City 91.1 FM, streaming live on ctvtt.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, it's time for our much anticipated Tobago segment. This morning we'll be talking about Tobago's Health and Beauty Expo. And Rhea Richardson George, she's an early childhood educator, prep school principal, featured speaker at the Health and Beauty Expo, and she's also the host and producer for Tobago Channel 5 Rise and Shine morning program. It's a pleasure to have you on, Miss Rhea Richardson George. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning to you, Verner, and thank you for having me.
How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you.
Now, we're excited to find out about your wonderful initiative, this Health and Beauty Expo. What is it all about?
Let me correct you there. I'm not the head of this thing. I'm actually one of
Speakers?
three presenters, yes, on one of the days of the health fair.
Wonderful.
But the woman behind this is Lynn Sharon Baines. And the reason for it is to give back to women, mostly women, who have struggled and been through either cancer, lupus. This year she's focusing on survivors of stroke. So.
And what about your experience? Why did you decide to be part of this?
I came on board actually in 2016 as one of the survivors. Going through this a second time around, I had been re-diagnosed in June of 2016 with breast cancer. And I felt that at the time it was all over for me. I felt that that was it. I have been a Christian for over 30 years, but I felt that this was it for me. I felt that I was not going to make it because I don't know of anyone who has been through this a second time around and has survived. I met up with Lynn Sharon shortly after finding out about my diagnosis, and she told me about what she was having, and she said, you know, you would be perfect for this, come on out. And it was all about making women feel good as they go through. So whether you are a survivor, having survived for 1 year or more, or you're currently going through, it is to help you to see that life is not just about your disease or the struggle that you're going through. It is about living and enjoying life as you go along.
Now, what sort of response have you gotten so far when you share your story? Do you think it really goes a long way?
I think it does. I think people are able to identify with a real person. I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm a neighbor. And people are able to identify with the real person, a real person who is going through or has gone through. It has not been an easy ordeal. It has been very tough, very difficult on my husband, on my children. My last daughter felt that it was because of her that I had gotten ill, and she dealt with that for a very long time, believing that, you know, mommy is ill, mommy is sick because of having me. If mommy didn't get pregnant with me, then mommy would be okay. So I think people are able to identify, yes.
Now, you're also the host and producer for the Tobago Channel 5 Rise and Shine. How do you plan to incorporate your skill as a host and producer into this initiative?
There are so many avenues. There's so many avenues. As we speak, there are plans on the table to pursue some of them very soon. But the thing is, it's all about life and how you perceive life, how you take your experiences and translate these experiences into everyday living.
Now, you mentioned that you were a Christian for about 30 years before this happened. How did that really impact you in terms of that inner strength? Were you able to rely on your relationship with God at this time?
Yes, but initially there was fear. And I'll be real with you, there was fear. I felt like I was going to die and leave my husband and leave my children. I felt that I was going to be the first of my parents' children to die. I started thinking and putting things in place because I didn't think I was going to survive. My husband said to me, Ria, we are going to make it. My family supported. I cried when I was telling my parents the news. I couldn't even get the words out because I was so emotional. I was saying, Mommy, this is what the doctors have said. And I just broke. And she said to me, relax. She said, we're going to make this. We are going to get through this. So I had that family support. And I think then I was reminded of God's word that he is my healer. He will see me through. I'm not forgotten. God's word kicked in then. But initially, there was fear.
And for those looking on and even listening who may be going through something similar, what words of advice do you have for family members in terms of the support that they may need at this time?
I'm really glad you asked that question because one of the things I faced was people telling me I didn't know what to say, and people just stayed away because they didn't know what to say. And that doesn't help. So what you need to do is get involved. Get involved and help support whatever it is. And it doesn't have to cost you anything in terms of finances. I'm talking here about a phone call, a drop-in, just be there to support. Hi, I have a girlfriend who called me almost, Ria, how are you doing? Ria, how are you feeling today? So get involved, jump in and support. Don't stay away and not call or not message or not drop in. Get involved.
And as the featured speaker, what are some of the topics that you plan to cover at the Expo?
My time is going to be very short. It's going to be just about half an hour long. And really to share from my own life and my own experiences in terms of what I faced, the fear, the real fear. Some of the things I will share with them that I may not share on TV with you right now because it'll be a more personal, intimate setting. But really how I was able to turn this into a blessing. My husband saw a lot of it as a blessing, but it's not over. All of it is not over. Because the doctors have said X doesn't mean that God has said it as well. So what they have said, God has something else to say about who you are and the purpose for you being here.
So you mentioned that your husband said that it has made you stronger. Do you agree that following this experience, it has really changed you and strengthened you to some extent?
Definitely. I saw a strength coming out of me that I never knew existed. I never knew existed. But I am a better person today. The woman that I am today is not who I was 2 years ago, because I have learned, I have experienced, I have overcome. So definitely stronger.
Great. So when and where will this expo be held?
Well, it's going to take place at two different locations, actually. We're going to be we have the health fair coming up on the 31st, and that is going to be, oh, I think I just missed it there. Okay, we've got the health fair coming up. We've got some speakers, Florence Baines, Ned, an oncologist, Dr. Thompson, Dr. Anthony Thompson, and a generalist, Dr. Gaba. Coming up on the 1st of August, we have a grand opening, and all of this will be taking place at the Esplanade. And we've got a glam squad makeover, and this would be for the women, 7 to 9 women who will receive a makeover from head to toe. All right, and that is on the same day of the 1st with the speakers and everything.
All right. So just remind us those dates.
That would be the 31st of July, the health fair.
Mm-hmm.
And, the health fair, is at the library. The health fair is at the library, and the Health and Beauty Expo on the 1st of August would be at the Esplanade.
So it's a 2-day event, correct?
A 2-day event, yes.
And who's invited to this event?
Everyone. In fact, the thing is, these women who are being made over, their families, their friends, you'd want to see the before and after because it's really a tremendous experience. Like I said, they do from hair to nails to toes and tips, everything. So the public is invited.
Is there a number to call for further information?
Definitely. Let me give you those numbers.
Sure.
And Lynn Sharon has a team of Tobago women working with her. So we've got Natalie. You can contact Natalie at 719-8367 or Canis at 477-4242. Perla 739-6887 or Lynn Sharon herself via WhatsApp on 240-316-9012.
Wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you, and we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much. You're quite welcome.
All right, so we've been chatting with Ms. Ria Richardson George, early childhood educator, prep school principal, and featured speaker at that event, the Health and Beauty Expo. As she said, the numbers to call 719-8367 or 477-4242. We take a short break, a lot more when we return. Stay tuned.